10:01. I'm sure we'll get another 40 people here in 5 minutes when they all get out of bed, but we're going to get started anyhow. So as usual, we'll start with our normal stuff. Buyer, needs, wants, sellers, listings. What you got for us, Scott?
I got a 24-plex in Salt Lake. It was apartments. It's all been converted to condos. They all have their own tax ID numbers now. He would sell the whole outfit at once, but he's got this strange idea that he needs to sell them one at a time. So they are 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom units, all single bath. We are at $299 on the single bedroom. We're at $309 on the 2 bedrooms. Parking, laundry on site. With the right offer, he'd sell all 24.
Where are they?
They're on Blair Street, which is at about 2700 South, about 3rd or 4th West. It's just over behind the Bees Stadium. 24 units, 2 of them listed right now, but the whole 24 go with the right number.
You get preseason tickets with each purchase?
Somebody buys the 24-plex, I will buy you a season pass.
just one, though, right?
Only one. Well, you and your date. But for you, Jeff, only one.
Thank you. Thanks. All right, who else? Anybody else listing? New listings coming up? You got it.
I have a buyer that's looking for, it's got a shopping list that may be pretty hard, but I'm looking for a Rambler, fairly, I don't want it real old, something like 5 or 6 years old, not much of a yard, with laundry room and master on the main level, and a nice kind of spacious great room on the first floor. They're pretty picky. But anyway, it's a cash sale, so they're...
Where?
Oh, northern Utah County is really what they want to target. So I would say anything Orem on up.
Under 200?
No, they have a budget of
Those are
about
my buyers.
900,000 is kind of what they're...
Okay. Under 9. Would they consider Suncrest? I got
like a... Never
No,
mind.
I'm a
Almost
side
said
of
it. No, I almost said the word.
4,000 square feet?
Is the one at Suncrest still on the same lot?
It's a 2-level now.
Part of it's on the same line.
Anyway, my name's Eric, if anyone's got something.
Okay. Anybody else, buyer, seller, needs, wants? Anybody online? Okay, I guess nobody's got anything coming up, which is kind of normal for the market right now. Not a lot.
I got a listing coming up today.
Today.
Well, this afternoon, first thing in the morning, probably today, as soon as I get my pictures back.
What is it?
Technically, it's 4 bedrooms upstairs, built in 2000, Eagle Mountain, not town center this side, closer to the ranch is the old part. 3 crossings subdivision, there's a couple of phases in there. 4 bedrooms up, master's up. Then on the main level, it's got a dining room that's separate, or a front room, and then a living room, kitchen. It's kind of a 2-story where you've got, then the garage is down on the lower level, so you walk down maybe 6 stairs to the garage. And then in the basement, you've got 3 unfinished bedrooms. And I mean unfinished, I mean they've got sheetrock and paint, but no baseboards, the flooring's in. Cold storage under there, which is really nice. But it's a little bit unfinished, so I'm gonna put it maybe at 70% finished, so.
You're one of those agents.
What's that?
You're one of those agents.
Well, I don't know what.
I got sheetrock up, it's at least 80%.
99% finished, it's still unfinished.
That's true, that's true.
I got a buyer for a 3-2, kind of a rentable space, right? Two separate renters would be preferred. We need to be between 4 and 4.5. I'd rather not be one of 27 offers. So if you got something, you're kind of holding close.
I don't think I've seen anything with that many offers in a while.
Boy, I
feel like 2 or 3 is pretty normal.
I offered on one this weekend. I was one of 6.
So that's one of the higher ones I've seen.
It's gone long.
Anything else before we move on?
I have a 55 and older American fork. This is
I'm in.
415. 415, there we go.
Barely.
2-bedroom, 2-bath, in good condition. It has underground parking and a huge 17 by 19 storage space off the parking.
Over by Jack and Jill Bowling.
Yeah, village.
What was the price?
415.
Those are nice units over there.
What's the square footage on that?
1360,
Okay.
roughly, 1372.
Anybody else? Going once? All right, so we got Jim Hawkins in house today from Encompass Lending. He's our sponsor, and so when you guys get food, make sure and shake his hand, get his card, see what he can do for you. But I'm actually going to give him some time right now. So
Thank you.
the remote is all yours.
Awesome. And which is
Just the middle one.
gotcha. All right, everybody. As Jeff said, my name is Jim Hawkins. I am with Encompass Lending. I'm sure most of you know that we are part of Fathom Holding. So we're basically your mortgage company. And then I have Rafael Trio. He's one of my peers down in Vegas. Him and I are both located in Vegas. So, but first off, I really appreciate you guys allowing me to speak today. I've been out to the St. George office a couple of times, and I was telling Maya here earlier today, I get a really good vibe from the whole Utah team. Everyone's very engaged and just very, very positive. So I'm very optimistic about working with you guys down the road. So. All right, so I'd like to start every meeting off with our mission. That's making the dream of home ownership a reality through concierge customer service, accountable actions, and a can-do attitude. That's our mission. And then a little bit about Encompass. We were founded in 2008. Can anybody tell me what the significance of 2007 and 2008 was?
Nice time to get in business.
Correct. I actually got out of the business at that time, but that shows you, that our company was committed to, getting into the market and staying there. So we've been in business for 15 years, and we're a full-service independent mortgage banker. I was speaking with some of the folks here earlier, and we do fund and close most of the loans in our name. We do have, like I said, you'll see here, we have a full suite of products on some of our non-conforming, like the debt servicing loans and bank statement loans for self-employed borrowers. We actually broker those out. But 90% of our deals are funded by us. We offer a full line of mortgage products. We work with all types of borrowers. And I always like to emphasize this. I was talking to Jeff about this earlier. We know we're the new kid on the block. I know you guys, it looks like we have a lot of seasoned folks here, and I'm certain you guys have all got relationships with lenders, and we respect that. Certainly don't want to impede on that, but our goal is we want to earn your business. Our president, Sean, saying we just want to get an at-bat. So. And this is a little bit about me. I have over 2 decades of experience, really 3, but don't tell anybody. I've been an underwriter. I've worn just about every single hat in the mortgage industry. You'll see there I own my own mortgage company for 8 years. I actually bailed in 2007. I was actually in Detroit. We got hit pretty hard there. So, but that steered me toward USA, where I worked at for 10 years. So, personally, I'm a subject matter expert on just about every mortgage product. I'm available for you. I realize you guys don't work 9 to 5, neither do I. If you guys call, I pick up my phone. If not, I'll send you a text, let you know, when I can get back with you. And I work just about every Saturday, and I do keep my phone on. I do answer my phone on Sunday. I like to take Sundays off, but again, if you guys need me or call me or email me, I will typically respond. And one thing that I'm very proud of is I'm a big supporter of our military and our veterans. I mentioned to one of the realtors here, I'm an honorary commander out at Nellis Air Force Base down in Vegas. And I'm also on the board of directors in Vegas for VAREP, the Veterans Association of Real Estate Professionals. I don't know if you guys have a chapter here in Utah or Salt Lake City. You probably would know if you did. I do have about 30 chapters nationwide. And what we do is we give back to the military community there in Vegas. Rafael, you want to just give a little bit about your background?
Yes, my name is Rafael Trujillo. I have a processing background, started back in 2008, became a loan originator in 2018. And I say thank you for attending this presentation.
And Rafael's actually closed a deal with one of your agents.
Yes, it was my first transaction here. Lehigh, yes.
How's the deal go?
Great, yes, it was a smooth transaction. We don't have any overlays on underwriting. It was pretty much standard on approval conditions.
Did you close on time?
Yes.
So awesome. Aren't you actually meeting with your clients here later today as well? So
yes, correct.
So
yes.
So talk about service, right? So All right, here. So, why use Encompass lending? The first and biggest reason is it makes sense and it's a win-win. How many people here own Fathom stock? So, profitability for the company is good for everybody, and it's good for the stock price. Again, like I said, we're basically your mortgage company. We have highly competitive rates. I was talking to Jeff earlier. On the right deal, I could probably get somebody in here, unless things have changed since I looked on Tuesday. I could possibly get somebody in on a conventional, at $599 at reasonable cost today, but that's always subject to change. Great response time for pre-qualification and pre-approvals. Typically, if I take one of your clients' applications, I will have the pre-qualification letter over to them within 30 minutes when I hang up the phone. Obviously, if there's issues, I may not be able to do that, but generally speaking, on an average to better borrower, I'll have that over to them within 30 minutes. And then typically I can update that to a pre-approval within 24 hours upon receiving their bank statements and income documentation. We got great customer service. Like I said, I have not missed a closing date since I started with Encompass in last April. I probably closed about 25 deals. And as mentioned, it's our goal. We want to earn your business. So yes, sir.
You said you're $599 on conventional. What's your jumbos today?
I'd have to check on that. I don't do a lot of jumbos, okay. but I'll definitely let you know on that. And we have a lot of exclusive offers for you guys. I know I've spoken to quite a few people. Me and Brook had a good conversation yesterday. We talked probably about 30 minutes, and we went over some of the offers. But we really have quite a few things for you. This is our biggest one here. We have a $1,000 lender credit for the first 5 deals that you guys fund with Encompass Lending, or as I like to call it, ELG, and that's a true $1,000 credit. We haven't changed our rates. Don't tell anybody, but if need be on the right deal, especially in the first one, I may have a little bit more in my back pocket, but that's our secret. But that's on your first 5 clients that you fund with us.
Each. Not each?
Yeah, every single. First 5 each, and I don't think that's going to go away. It was temporary for a while, but we've had some good success with it on the East Coast. So I think that's going to be going on at least for the remainder of 2023.
And the credits for the buyer.
Correct, yes. Correct. It's $1,000.
Was not to the rate to the agent?
I don't think that's legal. If it was, I'd probably walk out of here with about 10 deals. So, but yeah. So that again, I don't think that's going anywhere. And then another benefit we have is Hometown Heroes. So what have you guys heard about our Hometown Heroes program?
It's out there.
Okay.
Well, I'm working with first responders right now, and they are getting $1,000 credit with their lender, but I don't know about yours.
Okay, okay, and anybody that wants, it's I don't want to say complicated, but we give for anybody that qualifies for the Hometown Heroes, we give them a $1,450 credit. And then what we do is I actually am getting leads for the Hometown Heroes. That we actually own Hometown Heroes. Encompass Lending does, and I get leads, and what I do is I will send them back. Once I get them pre-qualified, I send them to the Hometown Heroes administrator, and he assigns them out to the Fathom agents. It's exclusively for our Fathom partners. And in order for you guys to sign up, there's you can sign up on your Fathom wiki, or you can go to hometownheroes.com and sign up. It's real quick. I think there's like, I don't know, like the 10-minute training that you have to go through, and then you're signed up and you're approved, and then you get in the rotation for leads. And now the way it works here is, though, you do give up a part of your commission to credit back to the borrower, depending on if it's a deal that you send us. So you say, like, you have a first-time responder that you want to run through the program, we'll give them our $1,450 credit, and then you're going to ideally, and I've heard this is kind of somewhat negotiable, but you give up 30% of your commission, with 25% going back to the buyer to credit them for their closing costs, and then we keep 5% to keep the Hometown Heroes up and going. So, but again, that's for something that you send us. If we send you a lead, it's a 50-50 split on the commission, where we do 25% of that goes back again, once again, back to the buyer. And again, we give the $1,450 up front. And if anybody's interested, I can send you like a more detailed information on that. And we're just getting started. I've gotten one lead in Utah. I was actually down in St. George. But I do anticipate that that's going to start to increase here very shortly. So, any questions on that? And in here, marry the home, date the rate. So what we're doing here on anybody that we close on in 2023, if they refinance, if rates go down and if we refinance with them in 3 years, or if they refinance with us within 3 years, we're going to waive all of our lender fees. So that's been real popular, especially where rates are at today. And then this is brand new. Does anybody here have their own CRM?
Nobody has their own CRM.
Wait, their own, what do you mean by
You need to have
their
a class, and none of you have a CRM.
own? Oh, beside, okay, yeah.
No, CRM, it's a customer.
Yes,
It's
but when you said your own, like we could develop our own,
Or
or
you're-
you're
or
just
do you
saying,
pay-
do we use
Or
one?
do you pay somebody to do your CRM for you? Well, this is actually, we're offering this is exclusive to our Fathom partners. It's free of charge. So it's a 36-month loyalty program. So what we do is we'll send out birthday emails, other pertinent, emails with real estate nuggets and what have you. When we'll do that for 36 months. And when you fund your first deal with Encompass, you'll get an email on how to sign up. And once you sign up, you only have to do it once. And again, it's free for all of our Fathom partners.
Sweet.
So, I mean, I looked at pricing on my own, they're expensive, so
Is that the same one that Fathom uses in there?
I don't know, this is something that Encompass, we work with somebody that created this ourselves, and it's co-branded. So, Brook, if you and I close a deal together, it'll have both of us on there and what have you, so.
Okay.
And then I don't have a slide for it here, but, we do offer flyers for open houses that are co-branded, and what's really cool about those is they actually have you only need to print out one copy. It's got a QR code where they can scan that, and it takes them to a separate property website that gives all the tax information. It'll have a landing page for me and the realtor if they want more information. So. And that's it. That's a real high-level overview. What questions do you guys have?
I got a question about this thing I hear about Biden on May
We'll
1st.
talk about that.
You will, okay. I didn't want to let it go by.
Well, basically, in a nutshell, and I just Googled it here a little bit ago, it's supposed to go into effect on May 1st, and basically what they're doing is they're penalizing people with a 680 and higher credit score. They're gonna have an adjustment to their rate, and then people below that are gonna get a discount on their rate. And the rationale behind that is that they wanna charge the people with the better credit profiles to help subsidize the folks with the weaker credit profiles.
Because you have
Penalize.
nothing to do with your credit, right?
Penalize your
Yeah,
credit
it's
score.
like we get penalized
That
for
sounds
working
really
with their
good.
credit.
He wants to try to be Robin Hood.
Yeah, so
But
the
didn't they
reason,
just change the credit scores to if you have like a 780 score, you get a break in your interest rate? So they're
compared
gonna
to a
do-
680,
Well, that's the way it is right now.
Right, but they just added another tier
They
not
did add a
too
new
long
tier.
ago to give people a better interest rate, so they're taking that away and they're just gonna.
So now everybody with a good credit score will have tiers.
Okay, so here's what you need to know, right? I've talked to 3 of my lenders in the past week about this, because it's obviously a big deal. It's hitting everybody. Everybody's saying, hey, May 1st, this is gonna drop a huge bomb, right? Reality is lenders have known about this for 3 months, and it's already priced into the market. And so what you're currently seeing is what's actually happening. And for the most part, it's not affecting most buyers, right? It's very slight if it does affect them. And what they're finding is that in most cases, if it does affect them greatly, they can go to an FHA product and actually get better pricing and better payments that way than going with a conventional. This affects conventional, not FHA. And because FHA brought their pricing down on their mortgage insurance premium and those kind of products, it actually may benefit your clients to go with an FHA over a conventional. So talk to your lenders, make sure that they're giving the pricing that they need. Jim will take care of you, make sure that he's pricing out all the products to make sure your clients are getting exactly what they need. So this isn't anything, this isn't gonna be May 1st, hey, everybody's all of a sudden paying $200 more, right, that finances. This is already built into the market. It's just like when you see, hey, the Fed announces this interest rate, blah, blah, blah. We don't see bumps in that because lenders know about it months in advance, and they're already pricing it into the bond market.
So my mind was chasing a squirrel there for a minute. I want to make sure I didn't.
That's nothing new.
Yeah.
I'm with you, I chase a lot of squirrels, so I can relate. Squirrel?
I already forgot. Anyway, so in other words, you're saying it's built in, but where is it really coming from? A higher interest rate? So, okay.
Yeah, so they're charging, if you have a 680 and above credit score, you're getting charged more your interest rate, and 640 and below is getting charged less.
Would you say a lot of people have a higher than 680?
Most clients that I deal with are 680 and above.
Right,
correct.
that's what I say.
But I do a lot of, FHA, 640, 620. I'm doing a loan for my sister, she's got a 640, so.
What's the upper limit on FHA paper?
As far as?
Price, loan amount.
Loan amount, it varies per county. I can look that up here shortly for you
What is
here.
here, Jeff?
I don't know off the top of my head.
So they've
Seven
been,
something,
It's high, correct.
It's how much?
7 something, but I don't know the exact
749, I
number.
think.
I'll get you a townhouse.
Do you have a
This is
question?
just for new purchases, right? It's not for people that have existing.
No, it won't affect anybody existing. So if you're already in, you're in. And you need to know the reason behind it, at least their convoluted reasoning behind it. So their reasoning behind it is that minority classes, specifically Hispanic and Blacks, have lower credit scores, and so they're trying to incentivize those classes to buy houses. And so this is how they're trying to go about that. Can we donate in the most
for them too?
Yeah, you're welcome to.
it's hard to
Shout out to
register
Jeff
that
Larson.
little-
Next.
that little
So in
bit.
other words, did they lower the required credit score?
No.
No, they didn't. I mean, for the
They just
lower.
they just made it better interest rates. So
Okay.
their payments are better, they can afford the payments more
Right,
easily.
sorry.
It's a great strategy. I mean, if you think about it, you try and kick out all the best borrowers out of the
Right.
market and get all the ones that are gonna get foreclosed on.
That's,
make
that's
sure
kind of
they
the way
get-
I
What
was
could go
seeing
wrong?
it.
So it's a really good strategy overall.
Yeah.
Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell your clients to try to get a worse credit score then?
Yeah, I mean-
I wouldn't even mention it to them if it was me personally.
It doesn't.
Go buy a truck or something.
Yeah, it really, if they go down to a 640, they're gonna still have worse pricing than if they were a 70.
Tell them to buy a car during the process.
And it won't.
Tell them to buy a
raise the
car.
wondering, does that mean?
Well, he is correct, and I do recall that we did have a meeting on it earlier, and it's already priced in. And like I said, so like today, on the right borrower, on a conventional with a 740 plus credit score, I could get something in like at 599, most likely at a very reasonable cost today.
Yeah, but you have to pay points to get that,
What's a
right?
reasonable?
Well, I'm at
cost?
6375 with no points right now.
So that's where it's coming in, it's those points, I
So it's
bet.
actually in your mortgage insurance premiums where this hits, okay? And you're usually seeing somewhere between a $20 to $100 a month change based on this pricing. So that's what your top borrowers are seeing, somewhere between $20 and $100 more a month. Most of them aren't gonna notice it because they're usually in the 3,000 plus mortgage payment range. $5 to $100, they don't even bat an eye.
All right, just real quick, I know you mentioned the FHA loan limit. Does anybody know what the VA loan limit is here?
Nope.
Unlimited.
It's not, they changed it a couple of years ago, it's actually unlimited, so there is no, so if you got a borrower that can qualify for a $2 million home here, using their VA, they could get a VA loan with no money down on a $2 million home.
Does this rule apply to VA?
No,
It's conventional only.
So they're trying to push better credit scores into FHA financing.
I don't know that was their
It
goal.
may not even work though.
It's gonna work.
I just think their goal is they just don't have
Too high.
It's just something to.
Yeah, their goal is honestly to incentivize minorities to have better.
To vote Democrat?
I don't.
I'm not gonna go there, but
I don't talk about
Yeah.
that. I'm a realtor, I stay out of politics.
So we're heading for 2008 again, I think.
Come on, Jeff.
All right, other questions for Jim before I kick him off the stage? What other questions?
I can talk all day, so, yeah.
Oh, so where is your office gonna be located here?
Well, we don't have a physical office here. I'm out of Vegas. Like I said, I've been to St. George a couple of times. That is a real easy drive for me. It's like 2 hours door to door. But I was talking to Jeff earlier, if we start getting some traction, I mean, I can easily make a day trip out here. I could, again, if we're closing loans, I would even come out for a Saturday and work an open house, if you guys needed that. And I think eventually once we do, I didn't realize you guys had so many agents here. I guess there's over 300 agents. So there's plenty of agents to support more than two LOs. So If you guys know anybody, if you guys have a good lender, have them reach out to me, if they're interested in making a change, because I know my boss would certainly want to talk to them, so. And then lastly, lunch is gonna be here around 11. I hope you guys stick around, and we can chat afterwards. And again, thanks so much for allowing me to speak.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
Yeah, are those
Thank you.
pretty-
Yeah, I have cards there, and I have more cards as well. And I did read the wall with some cards there too, so some of you will be hearing from me.
All right, guys, look, Jim knows, and we've already talked, you guys all have lender relationships, you've got them built, you know who your lenders are, that's who you typically use. I've got lenders that I typically use. If you just got a deal here and there that it doesn't matter, give them a try, right? I think they'll blow your socks off. And what I've seen, they do a really great job. Just give them a chance. All right, a little bit more on financing, and then we'll move on. This first-time homebuyer grant bill just passed, goes into effect in July. I just wanted to give you a heads up. It's $50 million for first-time homebuyers. It's a grant that gets given to them for down payment assistance, closing cost assistance, those kind of things. It's a no-interest grant that they pay back at the end, right? So when they sell their home, they pay it back. So let's go through the details on this. It is by Utah Housing, and so that's who it goes through with the normal lender. That's who they'll use for the second, basically, for this down payment assistance. It's for first-time homebuyers only. A first-time homebuyer is someone who hasn't owned or lived in a primary residence for 3 years, but it could also be someone who's in a divorce situation and the spouse was not on title and they're now in a divorce situation and they're moving into their first home. Or a situation like that. So there are some variability to that, but basically anybody who hasn't been a homeowner for 3 years qualifies for this program. They must be owner occupied, so you can't buy an investment property with these funds. It must be financed by a qualified mortgage loan, so you can't do a cash deal and still get this. So it has to have a mortgage attached to it. Has to be new construction, okay? So it cannot be for existing construction, it's new construction only. And it has to be no more, I have no idea. It's the government.
Because it's a home builder lobby.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay?
You better believe it.
And purchase price cannot exceed $450, right? So
New construction.
until new construction.
Condos.
Condos, townhouses, really far south or out in the desert.
Well, we got those nice.
If you can find a builder building out there, right?
Station in America.
They will go back and change this number based on an annual basis. They'll review it and may up it. So, but as of right now, it's going to be $450. Maximum amount of funds for a first-time home buyer is $20,000. Like I said, they can use it for down payment, closing costs, and/or rate buy downs.
What determines that amount?
You decide as a consumer how much you want to take.
Really? I tell them I want 20, I get 20?
Interest
As long as
free.
you qualify.
As long as you
Interest
don't
free.
have over 6
Find out.
Right? As long as my score is below.
If you sell your residence or you refinance, then you pay back the amount. It's either the amount that you borrowed or up to half of your equity, whichever is less, right? So if your equity is only 15,000 and 50% of that's 7.5, that's what you would pay back, not the full 20,000.
But you're still on the hook for the balance?
No.
No?
Oh, my God.
Well, there's an incentive.
So they're going in as second position lien holder?
Yeah.
How long do they have to live in
Three
the
to 12
house?
months. There's, as far as I know, I haven't seen any limits on that yet.
So if you buy the house and all of a sudden you have a job transfer 6 months later, you still.
That's my understanding.
50%.
Yep.
That's obscene.
And like I said, it goes into effect July 1st. So, just let your first-time home buyers know that this is available to them. If they're having a hard time coming up with down payment, it's a great way to do it. So that's available to you. Okay. Lots of you have seen Branda here, and so Verus Title, I'll give her a chance to introduce who she is, what they do, why they're incredible.
Maybe, I'll tell you.
I don't know if she's allowed to say why they're incredible.
I'll just introduce myself so I can stick with the laws here in Utah because they're strict for title companies. I'm Branda Hansen. I'm with Verus Title. We are now here in Utah. We are open in Lehigh. People can come to our office and close. I can travel, close here, close wherever they like. So I can travel north, south, wherever they need me to.
Travel, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I'll go to them if they don't want to come to me. So, like like you should know is we are also a Fathom company and we're ready. So reach out to us. Let us know what we can do to help you.
Are you guys gonna be able to do any of the closings via the internet?
Yeah, we can do electronic signing for sellers. The lenders don't allow it usually right now. Some do,
We
but
do.
it's very, oh, I love that. See,
We
well,
do
there you
stamp
go.
docs, yeah, they can sign probably 80% of their documents before they go to closing.
So, that's a good, I love
Yeah.
those. So you're the hybrid, right? Is that what you guys are?
Correct, yes, correct.
Okay, and then they'll just have the few to sign at
I
closing.
think it's the deed and the note that have to be wet
Mhm.
signed, just a few, so.
But sellers, we can do all electronic signatures. If they're out of state, we can set up a notary, or they can do electronic. So let us know, and we're happy to help.
Thank you.
And just real quickly, the FHA loan limit is $619,850 for single family in Salt Lake County.
But this is Utah County.
Let me
So now you gotta recheck the Utah.
Yeah, it's probably the same, most likely, but.
No, it's
It
lower.
would be lower.
Utah's,
Yeah.
that's all it's.
Okay, Verus, they're awesome, trust me. I've been working with Brenda for a couple of months now. She's got settled in, so again, I know you've all got your relationships with that, but just give them a shot. I'll be closing a couple here with her pretty soon.
You actually have an office in Lehigh.
Yes,
Yep.
we do.
Where at?
We're in the WeWorks building right by Traverse Mountain, so just right there.
It's on the south side, right, of Kemp Highway.
It is.
Yep.
But they're more than happy to come and do closings here. Kay's not here, but if you want her to do a closing in
Salem.
In Salem, she's happy to go to Salem too. Wherever you guys want to do closing. I haven't dragged her to Logan yet. We'll see if my closing in Logan goes her way. All right, secret agent every month. I try to have at least one agent tell you about what they're doing to be successful. And this month's secret agent is Brook Gardner. And so Brook, if you'll come up and give us your secret.
Yeah, I'll give you a secret.
All right.
Get out of real estate while you can. No, I'm just kidding. You know, I don't know about the rest of you. Has anybody in here established themselves a YouTube channel? Anybody?
Yeah, but I haven't done anything.
Two? Okay, I got scammed into this process of somebody helping me build a YouTube channel. And if there's anything I can say about it, is really has given me a burst of new, fresh ideas and stuff that way. But it is a freaking lot of work to go around and do videos and create content. In real estate, we say real estate is location, location, location. With YouTube, it's content, content, content. And you're always got to be able to do that content. And I'm really amazed as I'm starting to do this, how much of the same type of content is out there by the same types of agents who have formulated this process, that they're teaching and training, but at the same time, one of the things I never realized until I started doing this is that YouTube is a Google. It's a, what do you call that? It's what, search engine. It's a search engine. I never knew that. I always went to Google and then it would tell me about the YouTube channel to watch, But the more that I realized that information is there in YouTube, it's just kind of turned on a light in my mind, and I'm thinking, okay, if this is out there to be done, it really is something I should be doing in order to benefit my client. It's another source of advertising that I can control. Because a lot of times we can put the stuff out there and it gets shared with all these different websites and we lose control of it. And with YouTube, we control it. We control the video, we control what the content is that we associate with it. But it is a lot of work. So I just kind of wanted to share that information, that if you guys are thinking about it, it's a lot of work, but it could give you a burst of new fresh air and fresh ideas in your real estate that you can share with your clients. And of course, your clients want the top of the line type of advertising. They want to know that you're, perpetually getting their information out there to as many people as possible. And this is just another tool. I think it's important for us to be able to take a look at that. And my experience has been, I've had 2 or 3 different people call me and talk to me about it since I did this. And the one thing that I'm finding is they're all pretty much the same. And for $5,000, they'll tutor you, they'll teach you, and you really need that type of coaching to get through this and what to say in your SEO comments on YouTube and stuff that way.
Have you gotten any business?
I don't even have my channel up and going yet. I'm just establishing a header, creating some content. One of the first things they want us to do is go around and just get what they call B-roll. Just pictures of different parts of the town that you're working in, so that they can go in and edit them and put it all together, you know, and then you go do walking tours, or what they call vlogs, and you tell them a little bit about the town, tell them a little bit about the neighborhood. And as you do it, it becomes more and more comfortable. I haven't gotten there yet. I've just been told that, you know, but it's amazing. I've made a couple of videos, and that's another thing. I don't know how many of you know, but there's actually a recording studio at UCAR that any of us have the ability to use. It's all created with cameras, mixers, the whole bit. All you gotta do is call Elise, and schedule a 2-hour session in there. You go in there, sit down, and they got Nathan. Do you guys know Nathan?
Yeah.
He will sit there, he'll set up the cameras and the lights and everything, and he'll record everything, whatever you want to do. And they do a little bit of editing for you and give it to you on a thumb drive, and away you go. If you want to do any of that, that's a resource to us all that's free.
Do you know if they have a green screen?
They do have green screen and a black screen, and they have I don't know if any of you have seen Peter do his little videos. That's done in that studio. It's got the styrofoam on the back kind of thing. That's a resource for all of us to be able to use too. So take advantage of that, but just know when you sit down in front of that camera and you hit record, your mind will go blank. And I know mine does, and that's not a far stretch, but that happens. But it has kind of been fun to make a couple of videos. I did a couple with my lender that I have used for about 28 years, and we sat there and bounced some stuff off each other, and it went a lot smoother than me trying to come up with a script, you know. And that's another thing. You can put together a script and put it on an iPad, and it'll scroll behind the camera so you can read it if you need to, or you have bullet points and stuff. But they make it as easy as possible, but you still got to do it. So anyway, just throwing that out there to you.
Is the camera guy actually there watching you, or do they leave the room?
He's behind a glass wall. And
They invite me in to come watch.
Yeah. Or he could, he has left too. I mean, we just doing our thing.
Can you go?
We just let the cameras roll, and then he goes in and cuts pieces of it out.
Here's the thing, Leia, guess what? The
All you've been
object
doing
of the game is to get people to watch it.
It's gotta be content. If you want people to subscribe and views, which is the big thing with with YouTube, or views, if you want it, you gotta have good content. I mean, you can say, hey, do me a favor, like and subscribe, and send me a text or an email, you know. My big thing is I say, you know, if you're looking at coming to Utah anywhere in the next 8 to 80 days, give me a call, shoot me a text. I'd love to be able to chat with you. You know, so you have.
So how long have you been doing this?
I'm just starting it, so I'm under a month trying to get the content put together.
Have you figured out like your niche, like what is gonna be your, like what are you gonna be known for?
I'm the moving rotor.
Okay.
So I drive around the cow car. Have you seen that?
I saw you pulling, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
28 years I've had that. And
Sorry, one more question, I'm new here. What's UCAR?
What's that?
What is UCAR?
Utah County Association.
Oh, Utah Central.
Central. Yeah, it's got some other.
Okay.
The board, one more exit.
It's down on Center Street in Orem.
Okay.
And they're on the first and the second floor.
All right, perfect, thank you.
With our last meeting in mind, you gotta be uber careful with what you're doing on that video, because it's out there forever, and we're getting sued and sanctioned for what we put on Facebook. The reason I haven't done anything with my channel is because I was afraid of it.
Yeah.
And once it's out there, it's out there.
Yeah. And well, you can, like if you load it up to your YouTube channel, you can take it down. You can turn it off. You don't have to,
Sure,
doesn't
and
have to be
somebody
out
can
there
download it
forever.
and save it to the hard drive before you do that.
That's true. It doesn't happen very often, but
To stay compliant, it's super easy, right? Put an end card on the very end of your video on every one that just says Scott, Fathom Realty. That's all you gotta have, right?
Yeah.
And that's compliant.
you'll always have an intro, and then you'll also have a call to action. And so that's where you put your stuff and information in there. And like I say, that's my main thing is that I'm trying to actually develop is my intro and my call to action and putting that together. And it is a lot of work. It really is.
So I also was gonna sign up with someone and do this. They wanted $30,000, not $5,000, but I've decided just to do it on myself. So I've made one video, but I'm not gonna post it until I have another 3 to post, but I've got one ready.
I'll tell you this, anybody that wants to come in and check out this system that I'm doing, I don't have a problem with it all. And they walk you right through the, here's what you should do on your channel. Here's how you can, it's kind of one of the interesting concept with YouTube is you put your information in there and then that attaches to all your videos. So you can do a video and it'll automatically attach all the information you already put in there about your, who you are and how to get into contact with you and all that kind of fun stuff. If any of you are interested in watching any of that, I can get it in here on my computer and you guys can sit there and watch how to do any of that kind of stuff. I don't have a problem. I paid enough. I feel like I can share it. Can't make a copy of it, but you can share it. You can come watch it. So,
All right, thanks, Brooke. And if you guys are worried, honestly, the biggest, hardest part of YouTube stuff is finding content, right? Figuring out what to do. Honestly, in the stuff that we share today, there's probably 6 videos that you can make, if not more, just from this one team meeting, right? So it's not that hard to find content. You just have to understand that what's content to you is different than what's content to your clients, right? They don't understand anything that we just went over, like none of it. So if you want to talk to them about first-time homebuyer program, it's probably 2 or 3 videos, honestly, right? Because you don't want to make them super long. There's a ton of content out there, and if you really are just stuck, just go to Google and say, what are people searching for real estate?
or
right?
AI.
Go to your chat GPT and say, hey, give me a content list for videos that I can make about real estate.
Does anybody know about the the chat and stuff?
Yeah, I'll
It's
be,
really
I'll
only been
be
out 3
doing a class
months.
over AI, so we'll go over that as well. But there's a ton of stuff out there. If you guys are interested in it, Brook's a great resource. I'm happy to help you. So get into it. It's really good stuff. Video
It'll
is,
make your scripts for you.
video is the place for you. All right, we'll move on. So you guys know we added 10 new agents in the past 2 months. And so if you guys are looking to, we got one of them here.
Well, he's not on your list though.
Oh, it's because you were actually added before. So he was before February. But we've got a couple of new agents joining us all the time. And so if you guys have agents that you work with on the other side or whatever, please refer them. We'd love to talk to them. This is not a referral or a recruiting company. Like, I'm not out there pounding the pavement on that. I'm honestly just there. You guys know I'm here to help agents, right? Make them find things that are better for them. As agents walk in here, the first thing that I tell them is that we're not for everybody, right? There's a brokerage out there for everybody, and we're not necessarily it. But I will help the agents that it fits for. So I'm happy to talk through them and help them. If you guys have agents that you'd like to refer and use the Cap for Life or Free for Life system, 4 for Cap for Life that have done 2 transactions or more, and 8 total for Free for Life. Great programs, amazing savings for you guys on your fees. So just think about it when you're working with agents on the other side. Agent appreciation for you guys. Taco truck, Cinco de Mayo, taco truck and soda bar will be here. So just come in 2 to 4 or whenever we get done with tacos. You get here early, if you get here before Brook, you might get a taco.
Bring a birthday present for me.
I don't know. But yeah, it's literally just agent appreciation. Just come in, enjoy it. Free taco bar or free taco truck and soda bar. So come in, enjoy it, talk to each other, rub shoulders, do deals. Okay. And it's somebody actually asked me, I won't say who it is, but somebody in this room asked me what day it was.
What day is the 4th of July?
Yeah. If you look behind you on this wall, we're starting our picture wall. We need your help with this. So currently we have that many pictures. We would like to fill this entire room with pictures of you and your clients. So as you go to closings, or if you're at their house or whatever, just take a picture with them. We'd love to put it up on the wall. So just take a few minutes. Email that over to Maya. She's begging you guys to get her pictures. So she needs your help. She can't do it. Scott's not on the wall because he hasn't sent us a picture
I did
yet.
send her one yesterday.
I haven't figured it out yet.
All right. She's not that fast.
All right.
She's got to do some other things. A couple. But
She handed me my check, so that was good enough. I don't care about
good
the
enough. Yeah. That's how most people. Hey, that's a good idea. Maybe we can hold checks until we get the picture.
That idea did not come from me.
We will not do that. We don't hold your checks unless you don't turn in your documents. All right, pool party coming up. We do have a couple of spots, 2 to 3 spots available still in the Orem pool. That'll be on July 22nd. It's going to be approximately $200 for you to join that for however many clients you want to invite. So if you're interested, talk to Maya, give her a call or talk to her, get on our list. The Linden pool one is full, but we've got a couple of spots open for Orem if you'd like to use that. Mentors needed, as you saw, we gained a whole bunch of new agents, and we're gaining new agents all the time. So if you feel like you would like to be a mentor and help people through, we'd love to sign you up for this so that you can do that. All the training materials are provided. We help you become a mentor and to train. You do get 20% of their first 3 deals as compensation for the time that you're going to spend with them. So if this is something that interests you, let me know. You don't have to be some awesome, incredible, like even Peter could probably do it maybe. I don't know. That's a real stretch.
I'd have to get a mentor to mentor me.
Yeah, a mentor for a mentor.
Have your wife teach you.
And just so you know, we're going to talk about Edge, but just so you know, this doesn't take me out of the picture, right? If you're an agent, you've got a mentor, and you've still got me. So it's not like the mentor has all the responsibility for that agent. I'm still there. I still help you through. I still teach you all about everything. So I'm still there. All right, Edge Homes. I'm sure you guys have seen the pictures, heard the news, seen the videos, seen the craziness. Just want to talk about it a little bit. I reached out to Edge past couple of days just to kind of get their take on it. If you hear the news reports, it's basically that Edge hates all people and wants to kill everybody. Right? That's kind of what
Ivory Homes have the same type of thing. They've had mudslides come down through there.
Right. So, but Edge is the one being targeted currently, and so I reached out to somebody at Edge. This is me paraphrasing basically what I got from them, so don't take this as literal, but this is basically what they said. First, the idea that it's all about the money and that we have no concern about lives is ridiculous. We always take every step possible to make sure we're building a quality home in a safe location. Number 2, Edge, the city, and engineers worked with the families of both homes for over a year, coming to an agreement in December 2022 that the homes likely couldn't be saved after exhaustive efforts by everyone to save the homes. All of those efforts were paid for by Edge. And I know that they actually came to a settlement with one of the homeowners before December of 2022. Third, Edge does care. Since this slide, they had a meeting where the CEO, president, chief of sales and marketing officers, and many of the agents met with the whole community there. Basically just got grilled and firebombed for 2 hours. But they took the time to actually sit down with them and talk to them. And then last, Edge was out ahead of this, working with the families in December, again, in conjunction and cooperation with the city engineers and homeowners. We became aware of further shifting, at which time it was determined the best course would be to have a planned, controlled demolition of those homes as soon as possible. Unfortunately, Mother Nature took that demolition into her own hands. So they had already decided that those homes were going to have to be demolished. So it wasn't anything that the homeowners didn't know about. The homeowners did want to stay in the homes, right? And that's part of why they were still there, is because even after all of these talks, the homeowners chose to stay there, right? And so it's not necessarily that, hey, Edge just didn't care.
And so Mother Nature took it in her own hands to
Finish it off.
to do their thing. You know, it's one of those things that I've talked about with agents that have come in and talked to me about it over the past couple of weeks. I live in Highland, which is just up from the Hidden Oaks community, which is basically built in a riverbed, right? And every year they get flooded and feel terrible and say, I can't believe we get flooded. And I'm like, you built in a riverbed, right? If you build where a river goes, you're gonna get flooded. If you build on the side of a mountain in Utah, we're gonna have some issues, right?
It was interesting too, because on the news, they were watching, showing people down in the remains of the house, digging stuff out.
Looting.
Looting, while the house is still coming down, you know?
It's crazy, huh?
Crazy.
Yeah, people are nuts, absolutely nuts.
Well, the real problem was that they were built on fill correctly. Doesn't the city have any inspection process where they have to make sure they're compacted and?
Yeah, they interviewed
the
Draper powers that be, and they said that they recommended they not build to edge on anything steeper than a 30% slope, which that property was. But Draper cannot tell them not to build, they can only warn them. And then the builder has to show that they have gone through mitigation to make sure the property is safe, which they did or didn't. It wasn't, but
Sure.
anyway.
Do you have a comment?
What did they do with the other homes in that neighborhood? Because I'm pretty sure they're not too safe either, because there are houses on either side of the ones that fell.
The houses on either side have actually been evacuated at this point and are being evaluated. The homes on the other side of the street, they're still okay. Who knows what property values will do there, right?
Zero.
Cut down, yeah.
It's gonna be rough, but I'm sure Edge will do the best they can to take care of them. It's a PR nightmare for Edge, and so I'm sure they'll be out in front of it, paying a lot of money to take
And
care
they
of
are
it.
wonderful to work with.
They're really good to work with overall.
Yeah.
Look, every builder has issues, right? There's gonna be issues with no matter which builder you deal with. The next issue that we're dealing with, and it's been in the news, is the settling. I'm not sure if you've heard as much about this, but Edge has been under investigation for homes that had settling as well, right? Yeah, so if you can tell me of any home in Utah that has not had some settling somewhere, I would be shocked, right? But Edge is under investigation, KSL's gone out, they've dug down in foundations and found pockets of stuff that wasn't compacted correctly or whatever, right? And so it's there, people are looking at it, and so Edge actually put out a statement about this settling. And they said, when structural repairs are needed, we work closely with engineers, municipalities, contractors, and homeowners to schedule the work and complete it and minimize the impact to our homeowners as much as possible. The costs of this work are covered completely by Edge Homes or shared with a third-party structural warranty that is included with each home. Edge is 100% committed to fixing the problems at no cost to homeowners. In every instance, we stand by our 10-year structural warranty. We remain fully committed to completing the long-term remedies and taking care of our homeowners. And I won't say who, but I've got a client that's actually in a home. We've been battling with the builder for over a year on some settling issues. They had a 1-year structural warranty, and they're basically trying to just keep us going until after that warranty gets expired, right? So
Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't know they had a 10-year structural warranty, and that's really good.
Yeah.
In our neighborhood, there are a handful of homes that have all sunk to the point that they had to have helical piers, if I'm saying that right.
Yep.
And they're not cheap, and only one settled for a partial payment with a builder. All the rest, and the homes around me are all different builders, and they all sunk. And then, of course, afterwards, the city started requiring more,
compaction or
and over excavating and stuff like that. So they changed it once, a lot of it showed a problem, the city kind of started being more strict. But 10-year is great, actually.
Yeah, 10-year structural warranty is probably the best in the business, at least that I know of. So they do a good job. And why Edge is being targeted, I don't know. I mean, basically what I wanted to tell you is, what?
They're one of the biggest.
They are, they're one of the biggest builders.
Well, it was theirs that fell
biggest
down.
tractor.
Yeah, so
There's when you've got pictures like that you can put on the news, it makes it an easy target, right? But basically what I want to say is just get out in front of this as realtors, talk to your clients and let them know this isn't, this is 2 houses out of, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands have been built, right? So there's always issues with certain homes. There's always a percentage of homes that have problems. You just have to build with a builder that you know that you can rely on, right? And so I'm not purporting that Edge is the best. I'm not purporting that they're the worst. I'm just saying that every builder has good and bad. And so talk to your clients and make sure that it's not, this is what the news is saying. This is for sure, Edge is the devil.
Is there anything we should be doing as clients? Like I had some people that wanted to buy or build $1 million home on an edge. I did not.
That's like a condo, right?
Yeah, I did not have a good feeling about it at all. I didn't want to say, like, I don't recommend you do this or whatever, because it may be fine. And fortunately, the problem was resolved because they didn't win the bid. But is there anything that we should be doing to protect ourselves? Could they come back on an agent and say, you should have told me not to build?
Then you can say, you should have seen the news.
Yeah.
What should we be advising our clients when they're looking at building with any given builder?
Do their due diligence.
Do their due diligence. What else can you say about them?
Go talk to the county if you're gonna build and see if the slope's a problem.
Yeah, I've sold a lot of lots over the years for new builders, and we always provided all of the geological reports and everything as part of the seller's disclosures. So if you're representing the buyer, you always ask for, can I see those geological reports? Can I see, check with the city, see if there was any problems, and leave it to the buyer. Give them a list of things to do, but make sure they do it.
Yeah, and I did ask for the geological survey, which they did provide.
And just be ethical, right? I mean, it's no different than when we deal with another brokerage on the other side. We shouldn't be saying something terrible about the brokerage. Can we give our experiences with an agent or a brokerage? Yes, we can tell them about our own personal experiences, right? With Edge, I can tell them about my own personal experiences, or Arrive, or Woodside Homes, or whoever it is. Tell them about your own personal experiences, right? Tell them to research those companies if they're worried about it. Okay?
They've been building stuff on cliffs in La Jolla for 100 years. If the engineering is done right and all of the geological stuff is done right, you can build a house on stilts out in the middle of the swamp, or you can build it with a 50-foot drop below the veranda. Just got to get the engineering done right.
And that was part of the issue on these, is the engineering.
That's got to be where the liability is.
The engineering was part of it. The second one was that they've come out and said that the excavation of it, they found out that the excavation of it was not done correctly when they were doing all their due diligence before December 2022. They've actually quit doing business with that particular excavator. Right? So.
Well, and just as another little heads up, my friends who live in Edgemont had a carpet repairman out the other day, and he was telling them that he and others, in the same trade, we're getting a lot of calls out to Vineyard, to take out the padding beneath the carpet because they're having a lot of groundwater raising up. It's not coming in from the top. So just a heads up, if you have any clients looking.
And if you start to see kids with 3 or 4 legs out there, it wouldn't surprise me. So just do your due diligence, right? All right, MLS news. Just so that you guys are aware, Ski In and Ski Out field has been added. So if you're doing properties specifically up in ski areas, just know that this is available. It's also available as a search now, so you can check for those.
Does that include water skiing?
Well,
you'll need that this year.
Or mud skiing for that matter.
This has also been added is ADUs, and so if you've got an accessory dwelling unit attached to the property or detached to the property, whichever, that's now available so that you can put those in. And then MLS dues went up. I don't honestly know what it was before. I think 45.
45.
45? Okay. I pay mine annually, so I don't know. But so it went up a whole $3, so that you're aware it did go up. And that's monthly. If you don't currently have an automatic payment, please put one on. The issue is that if any one of you actually goes past due, they will shut off the entire office. If you get to that point, trust me, you're getting a call from me so that you know that's the case, right? Just try and keep your payments up to date on those. All right, I couldn't not go, I know we're a little long, but I couldn't not go without giving you some stats. This is market stats for Utah County. This is the number of properties with price decreases. And so you can see that we're actually flattening off quite a bit. Quite a few properties are coming in without price decreases. They're coming less and less. We're getting more and more multiple offers. And the reason for that is inventory, right? We continue to decline in inventory. We're just barely above 1,000 listings active in Utah County right now. Total MLS is, I think it was 6,500, somewhere in there. And so we just don't have the number of properties on the market right now.
Jeff, in the 3 or 4 years back, maybe 5 years back, do you remember what the average was?
So where we are normally,
Yeah.
somewhere between the 10 and 12,000 unit range is our normal market.
Wow.
And that's what,
6,500 right
that's
now?
back before we had 3,300 real estate agents in Utah County.
Yeah, right now we've got 19,000 agents on the MLS. So, yeah. But yeah, inventory rates obviously down. Not a lot you can do about that except talk to your sellers and let them know it's still a good market to sell in.
I got pulled over the other day, and the officer didn't ask for my driver's license, he asked for my real estate license.
Did it work?
Yeah, because I had one.
Because of the background check.
So along with that, this is median house prices, and so you can see median house prices, back in the crazy market. And then we've actually started to come up off of our bottom. And the reason for this? Inventory, right? If you don't have houses, you're gonna compete. Inventory, supply and demand, we're starting to raising prices again, our median price. And so buyers need to be aware that we are starting to see a creep in prices. Now's a good time to get in before we see it even more.
It's just still a solid market.
It's a little bit. If you haven't had a chance to have lunch with me, would love to have you. Maya sends out a text about every 10 minutes, so you guys should have this link. But would love to.
I'd like to come. Did you have average days on market now?
I don't. No, our average days on market right now is about 55.
Okay.
55 to 57.
So it's
depending on
about
you're
where it ought to
looking.
be, really.
Yeah. So the difference, so it's a super interesting market, right? Because like if you tell your clients the average days on market is 57, that doesn't mean that when they go see a good home that it's going to sit there for 60 days. What's happening is good homes sit for about 12 hours and other homes sit for about 120 days. And so when you average them, that's where you come in with the 60 days. So it is, if you've got a great listing, it's honestly not going to sit for more than a week.
Yeah, I made multiple offers on some homes and both offers over asking price, and both times got beat out. They had about eight people offered with the properties.
The 400 to 500,000.
What price range were you?
400,000.
Yeah, if you're in the fours, you're in multiple offers and you better be on.
Unless it's a.
Yeah,
just stay in the house.
Still in a tear down.
Yeah, if it's an edge home on the side of a hill, you might get. Upcoming classes, so you know we've got May 3rd, we've got our tech class on Zoom. May 10th is a class here in this office. It's practical advice for distressed properties. We're going to see a few more distressed properties coming on the market, so just be aware of that. Something to kind of bone up on as you get your education in. And then May 17th, our typical forums and free-for-all on Zoom. And May 24th, a meeting here, our normal team meeting. May 10th, if you're part of the pool party, 1:30 right after that CE class, we'll have a meeting to go over all the details. So if you make sure to get those in. All right, questions, any other topics you want to talk about? Anything we need to cover before you go get food? I know if I mention food, nobody will raise their hand. All right, guys, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure and say hi to Jim and to Branda. Make sure you get those connections in. Thanks